Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setup for today. Before we get into it, I keep getting questions on the Telegram channel. The link is below, ladies and gentlemen. The link is below in the description. Just scroll down to the bottom. You'll see my Telegram link is there. And I do post trades from time to time in the Telegram channel. So typically it's trades that are fairly rock solid or sure bet trades. So it's not sort of every day, but definitely you do get some tips there. So subscribe to it and you'll know when we are trading. Anyway, at the moment, looking at the daily, we have sort of a range bar and then another range bar. Concern for me with the DAX is that we are rejecting the 155 EMA on the daily, and that is fairly bearish for me. So that is the key element there. And then obviously we've got another area just to the downside, and I'm just going to use this low here. So that is our range. You can see we are ranging at the moment between 15,203 and 14,971. So the big question is it going to continue like that, or are we looking for a breakup? So we're either looking for a breakup or a breakdown. Those are one of the two options on the table right now. So starting off with the 3 hour on the weekly, and you can see we sort of been sideways, came up to test the breaks. There you see the structure for the break at 15,203, and it does look like, ignore this little bar hanging in the middle of nowhere, but it does look like we've got a bit of an inside bar there. So moving down to the hour, reading everything that we have, look at the oscillators. We are definitely in a downward trend. We're below the 155 EMA, which indicates my trend for me. So we are definitely still in a downward trend. So big question on my mind right now is this a rejection of this area, or is this a breakout of this level here? And that is 15,173. So kind of not really that clear at the moment of what it is. Is it a base forming or is it not? And I know the US markets are down on the futures side. Let's just have a look what the DAX is doing, and just give me 1 sec, we'll get there. So the DAX is down 0.5%, so 15,088. So kind of hovering down in this area here. Even lower than that, but nevertheless, so the big concern is, you can see we were below the moving averages yesterday for most of it. Then we broke through. You would have expected us to sort of come back and test and then bounce to the upside, but it looks like we're going to gap below it at this stage. Still a way to go before the market actually opens, so it might just recover back into that area. It's really just based on what's happening in China at the moment. There's some noise in China, so China market, well, not China, but Asia. Can't blame China for everything. So there is some noise in Japan as well that's coming through, so that's what's impacting the markets right now. So so I think for me at the moment on the DAX, we need to wait for the structure to see what is going to transpire. Now there is a trend line that's forming here, but I have a feeling if it plays out like we're playing now, we're probably going to gap below that. And the big question is whether we're going to find support here. If we find support at 15,100 or 15,114 and start bouncing, there may be some merit to look for a move to the upside. But I'm in two minds at the moment on pretty much most of the indexes. So we'll wait for clarity before actually jumping in. So I'm waiting for a trend to confirm. And at the moment, this is not a trend that is confirming. It could be the start of something. We've been in a downtrend for a couple of days, so this could be a rounding bottom here. Ultimately, I need to see it give me a higher low, preferably at this 15,114 area, and then start building a base from there so that we can start looking for a move up. If that happens, then we do have a bit of structure, and that structure gives us a fairly solid measured move, which is pretty much from the low to the high. And I'm just going to be conservative and take it from the lower end. There we go. And that takes us up into this zone of 15,334. Okay, but at the moment on the 1 hour, you can see a grouping of the oscillators. You're looking for some kind of a pullback, some kind of structure. The key to this is that we need a higher low. If we can get a higher low form, then there is a well worth the opportunity to take the trade, and you're looking for this 155, and then you're looking for this 15334. So first the 155 EMA, and then you're looking for a level which is 15334. Okay, so that's kind of the view to that. View to the downside, which I'm not really interested in taking just yet, not until we break this level here, which is 14981, and retest it. Then I'll start looking for a move to the downside. For me at the moment, this is consolidating. Whether it's consolidating for a breakdown or a break up is irrelevant at this stage. It's consolidating. Now we need to wait for some indication that is going to tell you the consolidation is over. Okay, so that's kind of my play today. We'll watch it pretty carefully to see if we find support. Maybe we can get a continuation based on what happened yesterday. It was a bit of a range bar. Lots of buys coming in at the bottom though. So the tails on the downside are higher than the tail to the upside, but I think this 15200 where the 155 EMA is also going to offer quite a bit of resistance. So yeah, not really smooth sailing, so patience is key. Anyway, hope it helps, and we will catch up with you bright and breezy tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.